Presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump is setting his sights on Bernie Sanders supporters.
To all of those Bernie Sanders voters who have been left out in the cold by a rigged system of superdelegates, we welcome you with open arms. Believe me. And by the way, the terrible trade deals that Bernie was so vehemently against, and he's right on that, will be taken care of far better than anyone ever thought possible. And that's what I do. We are going to have fantastic trade deals. We're going to start making money and bringing in jobs.
Oh boy. Now, he also said later in that speech, he said, quote, we can't fix a rigged system by relying on, and I mean this so strongly, on the very people who rigged it. It basically said that she won because of her corrupt dealings. Quote, the Clintons have turned the politics of personal enrichment into an art form for themselves. And here we go. This is exactly what we've been saying. This is exactly what he can actually hit her on. These issues, the trade, taking money from Wall Street, from Goldman Sachs. This is exactly what we're saying, that don't nominate Hillary Clinton. Why? Because he can actually hit her on these issues. He can hit her on these issues. And what happened? What happened? Apparently we decided to nominate Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I know, right? And here's the thing, right? As I said, Hillary Clinton takes a lot of money from Wall Street, big corporations. She's flipped positions when politically expedient and is in support of terrible trade deals like the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Now she said, oh, no, that's I'm actually not in favor of that. Yeah, after Bernie Sanders brought it up. Before, you were like, it's the gold standard of trade deals. Oh, what flipped? Popularity. You don't think that she's going to be okay with TPP if she gets in? Or something like it? Come on, dude. It's one of the biggest trade deals that we've negotiated. It would be amazing for corporations. Of course they're going to push for that. They love that. They want TPP. So, of course, just like I said, Donald Trump is starting to use those policies that help propel Bernie Sanders. Not all of them, just some of them, right? To use those things against Hillary Clinton in order to attract Bernie Sanders supporters. Now, will it work? Well, as for this Sanders supporter, he can take his offer and shove it up his ass. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to support Hillary Clinton, but if any election epitomized the saying lesser of two evils, it might be this one, because they're both evil. Okay? Now, I know some of you out there have expressed to me on Twitter and otherwise, hey, I supported Bernie Sanders, but if Bernie Sanders doesn't win, I'm going to go for Trump. I disagree. But once again, that's your right. It is your vote. I'm not going to tell you how to vote. You're not children. I'm going to disagree with your vote, just like you might disagree with mine, right? If I go for Jill Stein, and I'm saying these are hypotheticals. I don't know where I'm going to go. I could go to Jill Stein. I could go to Hillary Clinton. I know, right? I could just not fill in a presidential slot, but actually vote in the down ballot election. I could do any of those things. And I wouldn't want you to judge me on that, because I'm not going to judge you on that, right? Your vote, as long as you get out there and vote, that's all that really matters, right? But back to the issue, right? To Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. Basically what we have is no change, steady as we go, establishment where the rich get richer, the bankers continue to hold on to their power, the powerful, of course they're going to keep their power, right? That's the whole point. That's the whole point of having the establishment in place. The establishment's going to protect itself. And that's exactly what they're going to do with Hillary Clinton. Now you have that versus, oh geez, the country is literally on fire right now. And is now a dystopian hellscape with Trump's name all over everything. Disaster. Those two choices are awful. And I just kind of want to thank Debbie Wasserman Schultz, corporate media like CNN and MSNBC, closed primaries, voter disenfranchisement, and the establishment for giving us these wonderful politicians that most of the country really doesn't even like. Both of these candidates are the most disliked candidates in American political history. And yet this is what we're stuck with. So no, I will not be supporting either Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. And I also don't want to tell people, as I said, who to vote for. Go out there, vote, your conscience, and or at least vote in the down ticket races, which are, of course, super important. So, while a lot of Sanders supporters, as Trump had just said, have been left out in the cold, well, hey, look, we're okay with that. We're okay with it. We're used to that. We're used to being treated poorly by the Democratic establishment, by the Democratic Party. That's kind of what happens, right? Now, we're used to that, and we're fine with that because, one, we're feeling the burn. We're going to be feeling the burn for a very, very long time. And, number two, if you're in the establishment and you decide to serve the rich ahead of your own constituents, well, we've got a warning for you. You may think the worst is over now that Bernie Sanders isn't able to win the nomination. He's going to fight like hell, and he's going to go all the way to the convention, and I agree with that. But you might think the worst is over now that Hillary Clinton is far enough ahead in delegates and has the support of the superdelegates to have the nomination. You think you're safe, but you're wrong. Why? Well, it goes back to the cold. You see, winter is coming.